This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 24th day of June in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. With a stroke of his pen, President Irfan Ali has revoked the order which allowed Haitians to enjoy visa-free travel to Guyana. The revocation took effect on the 22nd of June and essentially forces Haitian nationals to apply for and be interviewed for a visa before they are allowed entry into Guyana. The move has been gazetted. The move by the president came on the same day that his Attorney General, Anil Nandlal, announced that the government has decided to move in the direction of reinstituting visa requirements for Haitians and Cubans. The revocation order signed by the president only addresses Haitians, removing Haiti from the list of countries allowed visa-free travel and an automatic 6-month stay on entry. The Attorney General has argued that the move to reinstate the visa requirement is based on suspected smuggling of Haitian nationals through Guyana. Haitians would usually fly into Guyana via Barbados and Panama and travel to neighboring Brazil or French Guyana, where there are large Haitian populations. The opposition has accused the government of going against the principles of CARICOM by putting the visa requirement back in place. Opposition spokesperson on Foreign Affairs, Member of Parliament Amanzo Walton Desir, said there must be a better plan to address concerns about people smuggling.
It has to be a studied approach to the issue. You will recall that there was an incident some months ago where 26 persons were held for some days by the PPPC administration. 26 Haitian nationals were held, and then we were told that they were held on suspicion of human trafficking, and they were then dumped in the middle of the night, quite unceremoniously, at a hotel in the city by the government. And so it's difficult to believe the government when it says that it's doing certain things for certain reasons, because you have clear evidence of their prior conduct that suggests to the contrary. When you juxtapose that situation, Gordon, against the fact that we have opened up Guyana to the Venezuelans, recently they have said that we, have over 50,000 Venezuelans here and they're preparing to welcome more. The question necessarily arises, are they not as susceptible to human trafficking as persons of other nationalities? And so when critically analyzed, you can see the inconsistencies in the position taken by the Attorney General. I think it really is a blow to regional integration, particularly in the context of the Haitian nationals.
The government has expressed concern that while thousands of Haitians travel to Guyana, there will be no record of the majority of them leaving, and they believe that points to them leaving illegally and falling victims to people smuggling. Haiti is a full member of CARICOM, and under the CARICOM Charter, citizens of member states are allowed an automatic 6-month vacation stay in another member state once they meet all immigration requirements. More news coming up in just a moment.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Preparing for your NGSA exams is always a challenge. The Guyana Learning Channel is here to help. You can go to YouTube using your browser or your mobile device. Then search for the Guyana Learning Channel in the search bar. We're live streaming our NGSA booster videos all day and all night. If you want to study a specific subject or topic, you can go to our NGSA booster playlist. You can look at a specific subject, such as mathematics, and then look for a specific topic. Here, you can follow along with the lesson to prepare for your examination. Remember kids, study hard, and best of luck in your exams.
I'm Joseph Harmon, leader of the opposition, and I'm here to encourage all Guyanese to take the COVID-19 vaccine. In the coming days, we will be rolling out a few activities as part of our increased efforts to help us fight against this deadly virus. Join us as we come together to protect ourselves and our loved ones. None of us are protected unless all of us are protected. Get vaccinated today, protect you, and protect your loved ones.
Sonia, you think people easy? People just really want to do their own thing. Look across the road how we building the house low. The building code say you're supposed to be 2 feet off the ground.
And when the place flood, them just be the first to complain.
But you know sometimes we that just contribute to the flooding with we behavior.
You know, boy, we just throw things in the drains and canals. We don't keep the gutters clean and dispose of garbage properly. By the way, you got an emergency kit?
Yeah, Sonia, I got me own and it got drinking water, army medicines, and for say things like band-aids, iodine, bandages.
And me own got in toothpaste, a change of underwear and clothing, toilet paper and soap.
Guyana, our country, our responsibility.
Mobil 1 is more than oil. It's many oils. It transforms at the molecular level. When cold, it's thicker than honey. When hot, it's thinner than water. Mobil 1 adapts and readapts to last longer. 16,000 kilometers between oil changes. That's your engine evolved.
Sol Guyana is the authorized distributor of Mobil lubricants.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Let GBTI make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI. We see Guyana through your eyes.
Welcome back. Well, more than 3 months after the government launched a vaccination drive against COVID-19, the Guyana Public Service Union today issued a call on the government to suspend the use of any vaccine that has not been granted approval by the World Health Organization. Guyana is currently administering the AstraZeneca, the Sinopharm, and the Sputnik V coronavirus vaccines. Of the three, the only one still awaiting WHO approval is the Russian-made Sputnik vaccine. Guyana has purchased more than 400,000 doses of that vaccine and continues to move ahead with its vaccination drive using Sputnik. although more than 150,000 second doses have not been delivered as yet. During a press conference today, GPSU President Patrick Yard said while the union applauds the efforts being made to contain the virus, it strongly believes that vaccines that are not WHO approved ought not to be administered locally.
The union position is clear, and it is spelled out that the union fully supports the procurement and distribution of WHO. It is confined to WHO approved vaccines to all Guyanese. That's the union position. But at the same time, we're saying this must be voluntarily done. People must not be intimidated or forced to do it. Right? Efforts could be made to enlighten them as to the benefits, what is being done in their interests, but no one must be forced.
Mr. Yard said many workers in the public sector have expressed their concerns about being vaccinated with vaccines that are not WHO approved. The vaccination against COVID-19 is not mandatory. However, there have been complaints about some companies forcing staff members to get vaccinated. The GPSU believes that the government needs to also look at a situation in the workplaces of public servants as the COVID-19 numbers in the country continue to rise.
We have requested meetings, and we are offended that these meetings have not come about as yet, where we wish to discuss even the rearrangement of offices, where people are sitting very close to each other, to have them seated differently, and other considerations.
The Guyana Public Service Union is one of the largest trade unions in Guyana. The union president said the union has made several efforts to meet with the National COVID-19 Task Force as a national stakeholder, but none of its requests have been granted. Well, let's tell you now that a preliminary study by the Ministry of Health in Guyana has found that the non-communicable diseases, diabetes, and hypertension were the leading contributing factors in persons who died from COVID-19. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony today revealed that a study of 202 of the more than 455 deaths has found that more than 30% of the patients who died suffered from hypertension, while 28% of them were diabetic. The other comorbidities that may have contributed to COVID deaths include kidney disease and heart ailments.
One of the analysis that was done, we didn't complete as yet all 400 and something deaths that have occurred, but we were able to do a preliminary analysis of about 202 of those deaths, and in that very preliminary analysis, one of the things that we have noticed is that for African Guyanese, the deaths have been at 36.6%, Amerindians at 28.2%, and East Indians at 23.3%, mixed races being at 11.4%. So, as I said, this is an incomplete study, but if this trend holds true, then it's something that we'll have to investigate further.
In its study of the 202 deaths, the Ministry of Health also found that 36.6% of those persons were Afro-Guyanese, while 28.2% were Amerindians and 23.3% were Indo-Guyanese. Persons identified as being of mixed race represented 11.4% of the COVID deaths. The health minister said it is very important for persons to get vaccinated so that they could be protected against the virus. He said no fully vaccinated person has been hospitalized with COVID-19, and there has been no recorded death of any fully vaccinated person.
What we know is that from the ICU, most, if not all of these patients were not vaccinated. And so what we're urging people to do is to make sure that they get their vaccines, get both doses of the vaccines, so as to prevent admission into the hospital and admission into the ICU.
Meanwhile, this evening, the Ministry of Health is concerned that there appears to be a slowdown in the number of people getting vaccinated. The health minister said the trend was first noticed during the recent floods across the country, but the number has not been improving since. Anthony also announced today that the government has completed payment for the Johnson & Johnson one-shot vaccine and will be expecting the delivery of that shipment soon. When the vaccine arrives in Guyana, it will become the fourth COVID-19 vaccine to be administered here. An early morning fire which gutted two buildings at the corners of George and Durban streets has left more than 20 Venezuelan migrants homeless and businesses suffering losses. One of the buildings was rented by a group of Venezuelans. The fire service was summoned to the scene at around 1:45 this morning, after persons raised an alarm as flames were spotted in a section of the building. In addition to the Venezuelan tenants, the building also housed a vulcanizing shop on the ground floor. The owner of the vulcanizing shop, who also rents an apartment in the building, Kevin Phillips, said moments before the fire was spotted, two men were seen riding off on a motorcycle from the area. He suspects arson.
I was sleeping around 1 o'clock and I heard that my dogs keep barking and barking all the time. And I decided to check it out by looking through a little vent in the wall. And I saw two persons riding away from the side of my yard. Mounting on the bicycle and riding away from the side of my yard. And then I was watching them leave. I heard the neighbor hollering, fire, 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 because she's right next door to me. From my room, I could see on her step, and she hollering fire, so I opened my window to see where the fire is, not knowing it's at the side of the building that I'm occupying.
The businessman explained that he attempted to douse the fire himself but failed as he waited on the arrival of the fire service.
And from then we tried to contain the fire, and we couldn't contain it, and we tried to save some things which we didn't get to do really. Everything burned.
And you lost everything?
Everything. We sell electric bicycles, all of them burned, and we also lose credit. People credit bicycles to sell, all of that burned in the fire. Yes, along with all my equipments, there millions of dollars. Yes.
The Venezuelan tenants who occupy the top floors of the building don't know how they will pick themselves up from the tragedy. They said that they lost almost everything in the fire.
We got 2 o'clock morning, bored, gone out. No collect clothes, no collect shorts, no collect nothing. Everybody gone out. Document paper, bored, everything bored.
The Guyana Fire Service has indicated that it will be carrying out a full probe into the fire.
Well, initially the person who was occupying the building of origin where the fire started indicated that he saw two persons exiting the premises after his neighbor called out that there was a fire. But we cannot conclude. We still have to confirm those information, and the investigation is still ongoing.
Divisional Officer in the Fire Service, Hamicharan Prasad. He said all theories about the cause of the fire will be probed. The Guyana Elections Commission will soon have to start a search for a new legal mind following the resignation of its legal officer, Excellence Dizelle. The attorney Dizelle announced her resignation today after GCOM Commissioner Bibi Shadiq informed specific media houses of the resignation, which took effect since the 4th of June. In her statement, Dizelle explained that she has lost confidence in the commission and the work there. She was granted owed vacation leave before her resignation took effect. The attorney explained that the chairman had written to her requesting information about her still being involved in private practice while serving as a GCOM attorney, which is prohibited in her contract. The matter was taken to the commission by Commissioner Bibi Shadiq, who claimed that she had seen Dizelle in court in a private matter while serving as GCOM's attorney. Dizelle, in her response to the Elections Commission, explained that the incident took place back in 2019, just after she landed the job. She said after she was hired by the Elections Commission, she sought and was granted approval by the former chairman, Justice Patterson, to wrap up a case that was before the court at the time. She said the only other times she attended court were related to matters involving the former chairman. The attorney expressed some concern that Shadiq was now bringing up the matter before the commission. She explained that her decision to leave GCOM was also based on the Elections Commission not sticking to the terms of her contract. She wished the commission well in its future operations. News Source has since learned that the finance manager at GCOM also recently resigned after he too was accused of doing private work while being employed at GCOM.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
At Sash Financial, we create strategies for strengthening business and personal finances while helping our clients to build sustainable wealth. Our financial and business consultancy services are uniquely tailored to ensure every client receives quality packages and optimal results. Our financial services include financial reporting and analysis, financial status assessment, internal audits, bookkeeping and records management, financial planning advice, tax returns. Our business advisory services are related to business plans, business startups, operational improvement, business management, document preparation, procedures development, efficient marketing. Call or WhatsApp us today for your free consultation on telephone number 592-665-6045. Sash Financial, strengthening businesses, building wealth.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together, we rise.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyana Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyana's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
My name is Ashley. I not too long received my first dosage of the Sputnik vaccine. It was a very easy, it's a very simple process. The staff were very informative, and I encourage you all to come out and take your vaccine. If you're unsure, there's so many people to ask. The information is free online as well, so please do come out.
Across the region tonight, the United States today shipped 3 million doses of the Johnson & Johnson one-shot COVID-19 vaccine to Brazil, the country with the second highest coronavirus death toll in the world. The shipment, which is part of Washington's pledge to donate 80 million vaccines, departed Florida for Brazil today. The donation comes as Brazil continues to battle the virus, which has claimed over 500,000 lives, aggravating deep political divides ahead of next year's presidential election and sparking unrest around the country. Trinidad and Tobago has shipped relief supplies to Suriname after that country experienced torrential rainfall and severe flooding in the months of April and May and in this month of June. The widespread flooding devastated homes and livelihoods and the displacement of thousands of people. Garbage bags, baby food, face masks, long boots, mosquito nets, tarpaulin cots, and chargeable battery-operated lamps were among the items sent to Suriname from Trinidad. The Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs in Trinidad and Tobago in a release said additional items such as water, hand sanitizers, and water tanks will be provided later in the week and transported by sea. And finally tonight, international news. Dozens of persons are accounted for and feared dead following the collapse overnight of a 12-story residential building north of Miami in Florida. The number of those not yet located has risen from 51 to 99, according to the Miami-Dade police. It is unclear how many persons were in the building at the time. The complex in the town of Surfside was built in 1980. Of the 130 units, about half were affected by the collapse. A number of Latin American migrants have been reported missing by their consulates. Rescuers were able to pull 35 people from the wreckage. 10 were assessed and treated, and 2 were sent out to hospital. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and wishing you a pleasant night.